Hello, my friend. We are going into the time of year where we all tend to reflect. And so I wanted to share a very new reflection exercise with you, one that you can do with no pressure. Light your favorite candle, have your favorite beverage, and take some time. And when I say take some time, less than 30 minutes. This is a quick exercise that is going to bring you so much clarity so that you can move forward into the new year. And really, you can do this anytime, but I know we're in this time of year where we're looking to reflect so that we can move forward with an intention. And that's exactly what you can do after this exercise. And so I did this. I really wanted to come up with something different this year. I have shared so many reflection exercises over the years, both on this podcast as well as others. And I wanted to do something very different that felt different because sometimes these reflections can take a lot of time and mental energy, and this one does not do that. So I'm really excited to share that with you. And in particular, there is one part of this exercise, the release list, that when I did it, it hit hard. It hit so hard, and it really gave me just so much clarity. And I'm excited for you to experience this as well. So stay tuned for that. It's towards the end, but it's a good part for sure. And so here's how this is going to work. I'm going to tell you the steps, and I am going to really encourage you to use an AI tool with this reflection exercise. And the reason being is because the AI tool does not have your emotional baggage wrapped up in it. And so it can really help you see patterns that you cannot see on your own. Now, I know not everyone is super comfortable with using AI. And so if that is you, I don't want you to feel left out. You can absolutely still do this, but I would encourage you to get with a friend or a coach or a therapist and get some outside perspective. I want you to create the information, and whether you give it to AI or a different person, and then have someone else or have a tool reflect back to you what they are seeing, because it gets you out of your own perspective and it's just going to make it all the more better. So I promise you it's going to be worth the effort. But if you use the AI tool, it's really, really simple and easy. You can use whichever one you prefer. So step number 1 is to look back at moments that mattered. I want you to just kind of close your eyes and think about 3 to 5 things, experiences over the past year, or if you do this on a quarterly basis, every quarter, and the experiences that made you feel proud, peaceful, excited, happy, grounded, connected, whatever the word that resonates with you the most. Think of 3 to 5 moments. The number really doesn't matter, but you want to give yourself a few so that it's not just one. Also, trying to pick one moment from an entire year is really hard. So think of 3 to 5 things. Think of different areas of your life too. Yes, we talk about business on this podcast, so we want to make sure there's a business element in here, but you can also stretch this into your personal life as well. Once you identify those, then you take it to the AI tool or to a friend or whatever. And I'm going to make sure that all the prompts are listed in the show notes for you so you can copy and paste them, but I'll read them here. So here's the prompt. You're my business and life advisor, and I want your help reflecting on past experiences so I can plan intentionally for the future. I'll list 5 experiences below where I felt proud, energized, or aligned this year. Help me identify why they mattered. Can you imagine what you're going to get back with this? It's so good. The moment for me was such an interesting one when I had it reflect back to me very specifically. It was that because I highlighted some client wins, like the moments that I feel the most proud and just excited when it comes to business stuff is my clients' wins. I get to witness the most amazing transformation in people's lives and businesses. And I'm so thankful. Shout out to all my clients that allow me to be on the sidelines as you're doing incredible work. And so this was the number one thing. The interesting part was that the AI tool really pulled out that the specific client wins that I was witnessing with my clients this year were actually similar to the goals that I had this year. And I thought, oh, that's so interesting how they were aligned. Of course, they were slightly different, but they were aligned. And so, of course, I was able to help them so much more because I was working so hard on similar aspects. So again, it was different, but the same. And so I thought, oh, that was really interesting. I had not thought about that at all. I just simply love that I get to see their wins. So I had not thought about how we're really doing a lot of similar things. And so that's why I was able to help them so much more this year, which was lovely. So step number 2, once you know when you felt proud and you felt excited, you want to, step number 2, notice what moments drain you. This is super important. We don't want to hang out here for too long, but it's important to know so that you don't take it in to the next season. And so you want to ask yourself what felt heavy or draining, what was frustrating, all of those things. Those types of experiences you want to highlight. So you want to pick 3 to 5 of those. So for the AI prompt, you would then say, now let's look at what drained me. Below are 5 things that seem to zap my energy. What patterns do you notice in these? This is a biggie, my friend, because you may not really recognize the pattern that you see. I actually listed 5 things in my life and business. I did not see the pattern in it at all. And this is what I do. This is what I do in life every single day. I work with my clients and I find patterns for them. I could not see it for myself. This is why the AI tool was really, really helpful in helping me identify this, and it's going to help you too. So for me, what I realized was that I'm carrying a lot of the execution load, in which I've been able to do this for quite some time in terms of building my business. And it's very clear that something has to change in 2026. And it was not that I identified, oh, I need to delegate more or I need to delete things or whatever the case is. It was the moments that were draining me were all that I was trying to wear too many hats. So it was very interesting to see that come together, whereas I was identifying specific things and trying to answer very specific examples in my life of like, this particular thing feels really hard. I was trying to answer that and answer this and answer like all the different components, whereas overall there is a pattern. So it was very interesting. I think you're going to find this really enlightening as well. So now you know what energizes you and what drains you. Step number 3 is finding the meaning. What do these moments tell you about yourself? So you're really trying to identify themes and values and emotional cues to help you move forward with intention. And so you want to ask yourself, what do these moments of joy, as well as the moments that drain you, what do they teach you about yourself and about what you value? Now, this is a hard one when you're answering it for yourself. So the AI tool is really going to help you in this one too, or the person you're working with. So here is the prompt for this particular step. Based on my energizing and draining moments, what themes or values are emerging? What does this say about how I want to feel in the next season? This one is so, so important because it helps you pull out these themes that will help you really move forward with intention in the next year or quarter. For me, it's clear that I am craving simplicity and refinement instead of creating in 2026, which is a really interesting one for me. And again, I don't know that I kind of knew this, but I didn't see it the way it said it to me, and it was very clear. Like, okay, number 1, stop creating new things, start refining one thing, right? That was the biggest theme that came out. Also, it's very clear that I go very deep and I'm really connected with my clients. And so the biggest theme that it pulled out related to my client work is that someone really has to be ready for substantial and sustainable change when they work with me, because I will help you get those things. It takes time. Sometimes people see change immediately, but then it's refined over time. But sometimes it takes quite a bit of time to see that sustainable change, but it's really about long-term change with me. It's not a quick fix. And so if someone comes to me and they're like, I want to do this in the next 30 days, we need to ask a few more questions before we know if we're the right fit, because that's not how I work with people one-on-one. One-on-one goes really deep and I'm with you. I am with you 100% as you're navigating whatever your goal is and making that change. So making sure that my new clients are very aligned with that is really clear. And it helped me get really clear on questions to ask in any discovery calls that I have. So now you know what it says about you, which brings me to step number 4, which is the release. This was the big one for me, my friend. This is the one I started talking about at the beginning of this episode. It's a huge one. So what are you not going to take with you as you move forward? And this is such an impactful moment. At least it was for me, and I hope it is for you too. So you want to ask yourself, what are you willing and ready to leave behind as you go into this next chapter? Maybe it's a habit, a commitment, expectations, fears, systems, guilt, patterns, etc. What are you ready to leave behind? And so again, this is an important one. I wouldn't say important. It is one that an AI tool is really going to help you with, because it's hard to, you can make a list of things you want to let go of for sure, but this one's going to tell you really interesting ones. So the AI prompt is, help me create a list of things I can release as I enter into my next season. Help me say it in a way that feels compassionate and empowering. I liked adding that second part so that it doesn't feel like just a laundry list of things you're like, I'll never do this again. It's more like, I'm doing this because of this thing. And so I will read you one of mine. Now it will spit out a list of things. I had quite a bit. I didn't count them, but there's a lot. And this one hit me so hard. I immediately highlighted it and was like, I need to print this out. This is such a big one. So I'll read it to you so you can feel it, and maybe it'll resonate with you too. But I thought, this is such a big one for me. One of the things I am releasing as I move into the next chapter is this. I release the version of me who built everything by sheer willpower. I honor her, I thank her, and I allow myself to evolve into the woman who builds with support, systems, and softness. That was such a big one for me. Like honoring the person that I had to be to get to where I am today, but saying, girl, it's time for you to take a back seat. It's time for me to be the next version of me. I love you. I honor you. I thank you. And I'm moving forward. It just felt like it hit home in such a big way. And that's why I like this exercise so much, is because I would have never written that sentence. I would have never thought to write that sentence in a million years, but I needed that sentence. And so that's what the AI tool really did for me, was it helped me understand what I needed to release. And this was just one of the examples. And so yeah, I'm really excited to see what you come up with too. And so step 5, which is the last step here, is the reset. What do you want more of in the next season? So now you know when you felt energized, when you felt drained, what all these things mean, the things you're releasing, and now what do you want more of? And so this is really the piece that starts to set you up for approaching your goals. And so asking yourself, what do you want more of? Now, you know I'm going to say in the next 90 days or so, but maybe it's the next year. What do you want to look at? What do you want more of in this next season? And here's the AI prompt for you. Based on my reflection, help me identify 1 to 3 areas I want to focus on next season. Help me write these in a clear, feeling forward language. Again, it's very helpful for those of you who are connected to me and resonate with the way I coach and I teach. You'll like the feeling forward language that it uses when it gives you back that information. And so it will tell you, the AI tool will tell you some specific words that will help you go into the next season. So for me, mine says peaceful, focused, and well supported as I build one powerful thing. So this entire exercise gives you clues of what's next. And for me, it's clear. I've told you several things. I want simplicity. I want to refine things. I need to hone in on the support that I have for myself, so I'm not wearing all of the hats. And so I'm really excited. I'm excited about this next season for me, and I will give you a little preview here. So in 2025, I was really, really focused on building a piece of software. I have not talked about that very much at all. I think this might be the first time I'm mentioning it on a podcast. And so I have been testing quite a bit of things over the last few years, of course, but over the last year in 2025, I have been really focused on how can I take the way I teach and make it a scalable, affordable option. And so I've been building a piece of software. I had a beta test the last 9 weeks of this year. Shout out to all of the beta testers. I adore you. Your feedback has been so incredibly helpful, and I'm so thankful for all of you. Just so thank you. And it's been so much fun. And so I'm excited to say that in January, it is going to launch publicly, and I'm super pumped about sharing it. But I'm going to hit the pause button on this podcast for a little bit to take some time off during the holidays, as well as to put the final touches on the next version of this. Now, the piece of software that's going to launch in January will not be perfect. And I know that. But guess what? I've chosen the word of refine for 2026. I always like to do a word of the year, and my word of the year for 2025 was create. And so I created the piece. I created the foundation of the thing that I want to do. Now it's time to refine. It's clear through all of my reflection that that is the right next move for me. And so I'm really excited. And it goes into other areas of my life too. So yes, it's the software, but I'm also going to refine. I'm going to refine my brain health because I'm doing neurofeedback and I'm going to continue doing that. I'm refining my health and wellness overall with nutrition and sleep and all of these things. And I'm always looking to refine my relationships in terms of like being very intentional with the time that I'm spending with people that I love. So refining everything in my life versus creating more or new is what I'm going to do in 2026. And I'm excited to see what you come up with after this reflection. And I hope you have the clarity that I do. I don't have everything figured out, and you won't either. This exercise didn't give me my 90-day goals for Q1, right? But it gave me the foundation. It gave me the foundation of understanding exactly what I want to do over the course of the next year and how I can take that into really approaching 90-day goals. And so on that note, once you do this reflection, you're going to be in a really good place to approach goals for the next year or for the next quarter. And so on that note, if you would like support and go from one reflection exercise into actually designing your goals, I have options for you. There's a DIY goal design masterclass on my website that you can go through on your own. It's a perfect lead in of like this reflection exercise goes right into goal design. If you want my support with a goal design session, you could do that as well. You can book that for January. I don't have any more spots in December, but we can work together in the new year if you'd like to do that. Either way, you get access to that masterclass and you'll be able to watch that and go through that process. And you can go to amandamckinney.com/work with me to get access to either one of those. But for today, my friend, it is time for you to do the reflection exercise. I want you to go through this in less than 30 minutes. Use the prompts, use AI or a friend, a therapist, a coach, someone to help you see the things that you can't see. Find those patterns so that you can do the reflection, but have support so that you can have a different perspective. And then what you can do is move forward and go into this next year, into this next season with intention and clarity of what you really want life and business to feel like. So like I said, I'm pausing the podcast for the rest of the year, and I'll be back in January to talk about goals and getting them because that's the time of year where everyone's ready and excited. So I will be back and I'll share more about the software and how you can get introduced to it. I'm really excited about that. And I am hosting a live workshop on January 9th. So you can go to my website to get access to that as well. Same website, same URL, amandamckinney.com/work with me. And it's the Momentum Masterclass. I'll be teaching it live on January 9th. So I hope to see you there. But until next time, I want you to enjoy reflecting, have a wonderful, happy holiday season, and Happy New Year. And I'll see you in 2026.